Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare
Hare
Hare Rama, Hare
Rama,
Hare Hare.
Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare,
Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Thank you so much, Tarunji. Thank you so much for the
Krishna
wonderful
Krishna,
kirtan.
Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hari Bol. So, anybody else would like to sing Hare Krishna? No? Okay, welcome all of you to the call. We have been after 2 weeks break, and look at your dedication. You all joined, even though there was a break. Usually when there's a break, others lose interest, but you are all great devotees. You want to hear about Krishna, learn about Krishna, share what you know about Krishna and everything. So thank you so much that we are all here to help each other. So thank you for joining. So we will first do a recap of what we learned in the first two right? This is a 7 class series, right? So we learned about the search for happiness, right? So who can say what we learned in that class, in the first class, in the journey of self-discovery? What do you remember? Any points anybody remembers? Diana is coming.
Hi, I thought I could join from another laptop, but it wasn't working. So.
Okay. Welcome, Ayana, and looks like Santosh ji has joined. Mataji has joined. Nitin ji has joined. Meenakshi ji, Ishwar ji, welcome all. So, in the search for happiness, we learned that how humans are different from animals, right? And everybody is searching for happiness, right? But then in this world, there are a lot of problems and miseries. And who remembers what are those problems and miseries in this world? We learned.
Prabhuji, diseases.
Prabhuji, old age, death and birth and diseases.
Yes. Birth, death, old age, and disease. Very good, Ishwar ji and Tarun ji.
Yes.
Then we learned about the 3 type of miseries. That's another classification caused by 3 factors. Remember? Adi
Devika.
Yeah, Adi
Bhautika.
Yeah.
Adi Bhautika.
Mm.
Adi Atmika.
Yeah.
And Adi Devika.
Very good, very good.
Mhm.
So who can explain what each of them are?
Prabhuji, Adhyatmika means the problems which we cause to ourselves.
Very nice. By drinking, smoking, doing very dangerous things. Yes, that is Adhyatmika. Then what is Adi Bhautika?
Adi Bhautika, Prabhuji, Adi Bhautika is a problem caused to us by animals.
Yeah,
And if
other
suppose a
living
pack
beings.
of dogs, yeah.
Yes, yes.
And if a pack of dogs comes to attack us, then it's Adi Bhautika. And
Yeah.
if any other human try to harm us and all, it's Adi Bhautika. It comes under Adi Bhautika.
Yes, yes. So what
And
is
Adi Devika is the problem caused by nature. These natural calamities like volcanic eruption, drought, and all that. The problems caused by nature itself is called as Adi Devika.
Yes, yes, very nice. So these
No one
problems
can
nobody
do
can
anything
escape.
about it.
Right, right. So when we search for happiness, because of all these problems, we can never have happiness in this world unless we become spiritual and turn ourselves to Krishna. So then we will not be affected by these material problems, right? So that's what we learned in the first class. Very good. And then we learned that this world is dukkhalaya ashashvatam. So because it's temporary, everything is temporary, even if we really...
We can never get permanent happiness in this world, material world.
Mm-hmm. Yes. So even if we buy the most expensive car we really like, if it gets into an accident, then we don't like that situation. So everything is temporary and relative in this world. But what is constant and never changing is our love for God. So that's why when we are searching for happiness, if we try to do all material things, we won't get real happiness because it's all subject to change. Things will change, and it'll cause the miseries. So then we wanted to learn whether does God exist, right? So we discussed many points about that. Why atheists think there is no God and why theists think there is proof of God. So what were the proof that there is God? What are the main points?
Oh.
Yeah.
So in the second answer, there were scriptures by sages, Bhagavad Gita. I think that's one point.
Yeah. Well, those were points we wrote by discussion, right?
Mhm.
But these are the main points that we discussed in class. So what is the first point? Urge to worship. Anybody remembers?
Oh yeah. A great devotee would always have like a want to worship and always like to do it.
Just a devotee. Everybody in this world has a need to worship. Everybody's worshiping something, right?
Mhm.
So can you give an example of a person who is an atheist worshiping?
So they would worship like is in a Big Bang or something.
Yeah, they would worship a personality, a human personality, right? They might worship Albert Einstein, right?
Mm-hmm.
And say, oh, he's so great. Just like how regular people, they are interested in rock stars and they go and want to listen to music, or movie stars. They all want to be with them, just touch them or see their movies. So all that is actually a kind of worship. So everybody wants to do some kind of worship, right? So that everybody has an urge to worship, right? Okay. And then the second point we discussed was, so everybody has an urge to worship, and every urge has a fulfillment in this world, right? So any urge means desire or want. So I'm hungry. So what is the fulfillment for that? fulfill.
You get food.
Yes, get food, right?
Yeah.
So nature in the form of fruits, vegetables, and all those kind of all things. Some people eat meat, so there is all kind of there is fulfillment. So whenever we see some desire we have, oh, I want a new car. So there is a fulfillment for that. You can go to the showroom and buy a new car. If there is nothing such as a car or nothing like that exists, you'll never have that desire, right? So the point is, everybody has an urge to worship. We worship somebody or something. We worship like the modern technology, something we are worshiping. So that means what does nature gives us to worship? That is God. Okay, so that's an important proof that there is God. Then there is, did everything come from nothing, or is there a creator? So if there is a creation, if we look outside the window, we see these trees, the land. So did this all come from zero or nothing, or did somebody create it? So with proof, we know creation means there's a creator who is the source of everything and who has no beginning and end. So if a creator has a beginning and end, then he's not the creator, because somebody else has to create him. So only something that is constant and never changing can be the creator, right? Because he is immortal, and he's the creator of all creators. So that is another proof that there is God. Then we see all the laws in this world, right? Water cycle. We see that if I hit this desk, then I get some pain. So every action has an equal and opposite reaction. Now, who created that rule? So if we go to our school, there are rules that we have to wear our uniform. Now, who made that rule? Did it automatically come? Everybody knew that, oh, I have to wear black shorts and white shirt to school. Did that come automatically? Everybody thought about it and they all came. It's a coincidence that that rule happened? No, the principal or the school board, they made that rule. So just like that, in this world, we see a lot of rules happening. So then who created those rules? So that's another proof that God exists, right? So a rule or law says that a rule maker or a lawmaker exists. Then we see a lot of decisions in this world. Now, you make some decisions, right?
Mm-hmm.
That I'm going to wear a pink shirt today. Ayana made that decision. So can we say that the pink shirt automatically came here? No, she decided. She had a yellow shirt, orange shirt, but she decided to wear the pink shirt. So whenever there's a decision we see, then there's a decision maker. So when we see, look out in the world, some people are in poverty, some people are rich, some people have diseases right now. Everybody will have at some point, but right now somebody has disease, somebody doesn't have diseases. So who's making this decision? So every time there's a decision, that means there's a decision maker. So then cause of all causes, because we see all this happening, so then there should, who is the original cause, and where cause and effect, we know there is God. So these are the proofs that that we declare there is God. So this is all based on logic, and we are understanding. We are not looking at any scriptures or anything to come with this conclusion. Just by common sense and putting logic, we can understand that God exists. And now, to learn who is God and who are we, etc., all that knowledge, how can we know about that? So what is the best way to learn? We learned there are three processes, right? One is what we see. Seeing is believing is one process, right? Yes.
And
There's Taraji has joined after many days. Welcome, Taraji and Sajish sir. Hare Krishna. And okay. So who remembers what are the three processes of learning something, learning about something or understanding something? We learned that last class too. So there's something called Pratyaksha Praman, right? Pratyaksha is seeing is believing. And we saw that our senses are perfect. There is no triangle here, but we see a triangle. So we cannot believe our senses. So this picture is not moving. But when we look at the picture, it feels as if it's moving. These circles are not moving, but when we focus on the picture, our senses make us think that it's moving. So our senses are not perfect. It makes mistakes. So how can we see God with imperfect senses? So without preparing ourselves to see
And
God.
without pure vision?
Yeah, without purifying ourselves, why should God show himself to us, right? So that seeing is believing theory cannot work because Pratyaksha Praman is not the right way to learn about God. Then there's Anuman Praman. This is the second process to learn. What is that? It's by guesswork, right?
Guessing?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So Anuman Praman is, oh, I'm going to guess, oh, God is light, or God is that stone there, or somebody just guessing. That will not work, right? Because the right way to understand God is from the scriptures, because scriptures come from God. Right? So that is Shabda Pramana.
Oh, Shabda Pramana.
So these are the three methods to acquire knowledge we learned. Okay. All right. And our senses are all defective, and every human has 4 defects. Anybody remembers the 4 defects? To err is human. Do you remember that? We all make mistakes, right?
Oh, yeah.
And our senses are imperfect, right? We saw that. We can see only in a certain light. In a dark room, we can't see, right? But some bats, other animals, they can see. So we have limitation in our vision. Our hearing, we can only hear between 20 hertz and 20,000 hertz in science. So anything below that, we can't hear. Higher frequency, we can't hear, but dogs can hear that. So our ears are not perfect. So yeah, so our senses are not perfect. We make mistakes, and then we can be cheated by others. So others convince us to do certain things, saying that this is, and then we can cheat others. So we have a cheating propensity to exploit others. So these are the 4 defects of, and
Oh, yeah.
we discussed about this elephant, how for a few blind people were sent to an elephant and each touched different parts of the elephant and guessed that elephant is like an arrow because somebody touched the tusk. So one guy touched the trunk of the elephant and he said, oh, this is a snake. And one guy touched the abdomen and thought, oh, this is a wall. Another thought this is a tree. And whoever touched the tail thought it's a rope. So everybody has different notions of the elephant because they're all guessing based on what they're feeling. That's not the right way to understand something.
But they are blind.
Yeah. So similarly, we are all spiritually blind. And if we try to explain God based on what we guess or what we see outside, that's not right. Because we'll have to refer to the manual. Even material things, we buy a new toy. If you buy Legos and you want to assemble it, you will look at the instructions, right? To assemble it. So that's why you have to learn from the scriptures. And so we can learn from the scriptures or hear from a source that's coming directly from Krishna or God. So God has transferred the knowledge. So if there is a bona fide representative who is not speaking different from what Lord said, then you can hear from that person. That's also Shabda Praman. So learning from the scriptures or from a bona fide representative. Okay, so that brings us to the class today. That's it. We took 20 minutes to recap because we had a break and some of you couldn't join earlier classes. So hopefully that's okay. And any questions before we start today's topic? Okay, I don't know. There's some background noise. Okay, so so what do you think everybody put faith on? So some people say, atheists say, no, I'm not a man of faith, right? Who doesn't believe in God, they say, I don't believe in anything. But actually, that's not true, right? When you go to the barber, you're putting faith in the barber. Who can say why? It means what? You're believing that that person will do the right thing, correct? So when you go to the barber, he's cutting your hair, right? Or shaving your hair. What if he takes the knife and cuts your neck? He could do that. But you believe in him that he will do the right thing. So everybody is putting their faith in something, right? So, so similarly, we have from this class, it is all based on faith. Who is God and whether there's one God or many God, it's based on our faith in the scriptures that we're going to learn today. What does the scriptures tell us? Scriptures is the word of God coming in the form of the books we have, Srimad Bhagavatam and Bhagavad Gita, because it was spoken by the Lord. Bhagavad Gita is spoken about the Lord, the Srimad Bhagavatam is, right? So one example that Acharyas say is, just imagine your dad went to the army when you were born. So you never saw your dad, okay? And then your dad is coming with his friends after, when you are 5 years old, he's coming after a big war, he's coming home, okay? With his friends, he's coming. So how do you know which one is your dad? Imagine that there's no pictures with you and dad, or how do you know who your dad is? Ayana wants to say. Who wants to say? How do you know if your dad is coming? Yeah.
Prabhuji, according to me, the best way is ask our mother.
Very good, very good. So your mother will tell you clearly among the people there who your dad is. But all of us, in order to understand our Father, who about God, we go to find out ourselves, right? It's like we are trying to do a DNA test on all the men in the world to find out who our Father is. That's how, because the best way to learn about our Father is ask our mother. And who is our mother? Like figuratively, our mother is the scriptures. So if scripture or the book, the Lord's book is the mother. Mother is telling us who our Father is. So we should believe in that. So we should put our faith in our mother. We don't question our mother. No, what you're saying is not right. I don't want this father. I want the other guy as my father. You don't say that, right? So you have to believe in the scriptures. So this is based on putting your faith in the right place. Okay. All right. So the topic today is, who is God? One God or many gods? And these are the points we will discuss today. So mother scripture says Krishna is Father. We learn from Bhagavad Gita and Srimad Bhagavatam. Clearly verses tell us that Krishna is Supreme Lord and not everybody. So if we take Sanatana Dharma, there are so many gods, goddesses, devatas, right? And everybody says, oh, I have liking towards Ganesh. I like him because he's very cute. So everybody has some sentiments and say, I believe in this God, I believe in that God. But the real way to believe God is from our mother, the scriptures. Ask mother, who is the real God? Is it Lord Shiva? Is it Lord Ayyappa? Is it Lord Kartikeya? But the scriptures clearly say that Krishna is the Supreme Lord. Yes.
Prabhuji, actually Krishna is the Supreme Lord in he's coming in many different
Yes.
types of.
Yes, there are many incarnations of Krishna. Actually 6 types of incarnation. We'll discuss.
So, being of that, I like Ganesh, I like Shiva, Lord Parvati. Just directly pray to our Lord Krishna.
Yeah.
That's the right way to do.
Yeah. So yes, one way to look at it. Krishna has many avatars. So Lord Vishnu and Krishna are the same person. Lord Ram and Krishna are the same person. It's like when you're at home, you wear your clothes at home, right? You wear pajamas. But when you go to school, you're wearing a uniform. When you're going to your birthday party, you're wearing a fancy dress. A fancy dress in the sense a very a good clothes you're wearing. But are you the same person or a different person? You're the same person,
The
right?
same person.
Right?
So
So all Krishna's avatar or expansions are the same person. It's just like one candle and multiple candles. Now coming to Meenakshi ji's point about Lord Ganesh, Parvati, Lord Shiva, actually we learned that they are all devatas, not Supreme Lord. So in Sanatana Dharma, right, we see Krishna and then there's relationship to all the gods, right, all the different devatas. So we know Lord from Lord Vishnu's navel came Lord Brahma. So everybody has a relationship with each other, right? So what we learn from the scriptures today, we learn that all those are devatas that are created by Krishna. Okay. Now you may ask, then what about Jesus and Muhammad? Now Jesus and Muhammad, Prophet Muhammad, they're not part of this. In relationship with Krishna, it's not in the same scriptures, or it's like Krishna came in as Prophet Muhammad and Jesus at different places at different times, at different to benefit people in different walks of life. Like if you look at Lord Jesus, he came to mostly a fishing community. He came to people who are whose understanding needed to be very simple understanding. So he said very simple things. So actually, it is Krishna's empowered incarnation who came for that people. If you give them all this philosophy, a person who's a fisherman, he wouldn't have time to do this or do all this thinking and all that. It's just like if you were in kindergarten, right? All of you, you kindergarten to first grade to second grade. In kindergarten, you learned what? The numbers. What are the numbers, right? Now, if I come and tell you big words and big sentences in kindergarten and tell you to do multiplication and addition, you cannot do that. You will do letters and numbers, right? So similarly, Krishna came to a different community altogether. So it's not like Bible is wrong or Quran is wrong. It is just that it is for people of that time and age. And it is Krishna himself who came there. Like Meenakshi ji said, it's the expansion of the Lord who came as Prophet Muhammad or Jesus. So if somebody asks you, is Jehovah your Lord? You should say, yes, Jehovah is my Lord. Jehovah means supremely merciful. So isn't your Lord supremely merciful? Yes, he is. Is Allah your Lord? Yes, Allah is my Lord, because Allah means supremely powerful and is a supreme controller. We already learned the definition of Lord. He is supreme controller, right? So that, when you look at other religions, that's how exactly what Meenakshi ji said, that it is all the same God coming in different, like wearing different clothes. Now, if you take Sanatana Dharma and look at all the gods and goddesses, and everybody thinks Krishna is just one of them. But within Sanatana Dharma, that is a wrong notion, is what I'm trying to say. Because we clearly see from Bhagavad Gita that Krishna says that I am the Supreme Lord, I'm the cause of all causes, right? And every other 330 million other devatas are just positions assigned, and including Ganesh ji. And so it doesn't mean that we have to disrespect them. We just need to know the hierarchy, that Krishna is the top, and then Krishna empowers the demigods to do what they do. Okay, go into that. Actually, we are half hour off. Anna was raising her hand. Do you have a question, point?
I don't have a point, but you know, when we were talking about mother scriptures, say Krishna. So Krishna is father to everyone, right?
Yeah, he's the source of demigods, us, even the material elements. Yes.
Prabhuji, it's also right thing to do this demigod worship. Other than the Krishna worship, it's also good to do this demigod worship.
No, so demigod worship, there are different ways to do it. Some people think that demigods is the supreme Krishna, right? They go to Ganesh ji and say, "Oh, Ganesh ji, help me get more money," right? So that is not, according to Bhagavad Gita, that's not the right way to worship. If you go to Ganesh ji and say, "Oh, make me a better devotee of Krishna," that's the right way, because Ganesh ji also loves the devotees of Krishna. But if you just go to Ganesh ji and say, "Pray, I just want a lot of money right now," because then it's becoming like a business, right? You just remove my obstacles right now. That means you're treating worship as business. I'll pray to you, you give me this. That's not really a prayer. It's like a business. So so the right way to approach, it's just like if you go to let's just say that you go to Kerala, and the chief minister is Pinarayi Vijayan ji, right? And you go tell him that you are the Prime Minister of India. I really love you. You are the Prime Minister of India. I'm going to treat you like the Prime Minister of India. Would Mr. Pinarayi Vijayan, the Chief Minister of Kerala, like it? He'll say, "No, I'm not the Prime Minister. Prime Minister is Narendra Modi. I'm just a Chief Minister. I report to the Prime Minister." So similarly, we have to, if we all have access to the Prime Minister or the Supreme Lord himself, so then we got to understand all the chief ministers, they report to the Prime Minister. Just like that, all devatas, they actually are dependent on Krishna. Once we understand that, then we can go to the Ganesh ji, like Ishwar ji said, "Oh, Ganesh ji, I have an obstacle in my life. I'm not able to study my lessons, and I'm not going to pass my exam and get a job. And then how am I going to serve Krishna if I don't finish my studies? So please help me that way." Then that is the right way to understand all the demigods in our in Sanatana Dharma. And also another point is, now you are going to, if you're going to pray to Ganesh ji, why not you pray to Lord Shiva, the Parvati, Kartikeya, Ayyappa? There are so many. There are actually 33 crores, which are 330 million demigods, right? So are you going to pray to all of them? We can do a quick math, okay? So let's do a quick math on, if you have to pray to all the demigods, how much time would it take? So we know there are 330 million demigods,
Okay,
right?
there's a calculator here. I didn't know that. Probably because you're screen sharing. Oh.
Okay. So,
Okay.
so there are 330 million demigods. Because if you look at Vishwarupa of Krishna, you must have seen that picture where all Krishna is showing all the demigods in the that his expansions are. And his,
330,000.
sorry, what is happening here? Yeah.
Yeah.
So okay, now it is 330 million.
Wow.
So this is the how many devatas there are, and
Can
Lord
everybody
Ganesh,
see that?
Lord Shiva, all are part of this.
Can
And
everybody see?
yeah, everybody
Yes,
can see. Yeah. So now, if you divide this by 365 days in a year, right? So some people they pray to Lord Shiva on Monday, and then they say another god has to be prayed to on Tuesday, right? So because they want to get the best out of everybody, right? So why if you want to pray to all the demigods or all the devatas who gives you some benefit, then let's just say we divide we are going to pray to one god every day. So so that means you have to pray to how many gods per day? About 904,000 gods per day, or 9 lakh gods per day. So how are you going to do that, right? So if I just divided, so 365 days means 9 lakhs per day, or if I just say per hour, how many I have to do? I have to pray to 37,000 gods per hour, and if I say per minute, how many gods I have to pray to, then it'll be 627 gods per minute. And if I say per second, how many gods do you have to pray to? Per second, I have to pray to 10 gods. Am I going to really able to do that? And you have to do 10 gods per second without eating or sleeping for one whole year to complete the 330 million gods. So is it feasible to pray to all the devatas? No, it's not. So that's why the scriptures.
Prabhuji, can you tell all the devatas' name?
Yeah, oh, I can't list 330 million, right?
Yeah.
Then you will take
that's
for
way too
1 year.
much.
Yeah,
That's way too much.
right. So we can take a list from everybody, right? So what we have learned from childhood that you can pick in Sanatana Dharma or Hinduism, we can pick our favorite god.
Ganapati,
Indra, Chandra, Varuna. So we can name all of them, but this class is
Shiva.
trying to prove that praying to Krishna is the best, because it is like watering the root of the plant. If you're just saying I want the plant to grow well, I want myself to get good flowers and fruits, so then what do? I'm just going to pour water on one leaf. Will that work? The plant will die, because the plant will not get root even for that leaf, because the root, through the root only the leaf gets water. Right?
And I have a point. So so it's like pouring to the root. It's like to all the demigods, all how many?
330 million.
Yeah, all of those in just the Maha Mantra.
Yeah, because if you pray to Krishna, all of them are happy because they are also devotees of the Lord. Okay. And what is our belief in Krishna, or our belief that Krishna is the Supreme Lord? Is it based on some sentiment? No. So some people say, oh, Krishna is black. Blackish blue or dark colored. So that's why I'm dark, so I like Krishna. Some people say, oh, I like Krishna's flute. I like the instrument flute, so I like Krishna. No, some people say Krishna is a makhan chor, or he is a butter thief.
Butter.
And I'm also a thief, so I
Yeah.
like Krishna. I'm a robber, so I like Krishna. No, and then some people say, oh, Krishna has so many gopis. I like to be with so many girls. So that's why I like Krishna. No, this is not the reason why any of us should like Krishna. Our knowledge and liking of Krishna is based on the scriptures that says why he is the Supreme Lord. And it's not based on some cheap sentiment that we think that Krishna is the Supreme Lord.
There's
Okay.
a little cow.
Okay. So Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita, who wants to read Bhagavad Gita 7.7? Okay, Ayana wants to read. Can you read this?
Maha
Matta.
Mata Prata
Mata parataram nanyat kinchit asti dhananjaya mai sarvam idam protam sutre manikana iva. So he's saying, O conqueror of wealth, there is no truth superior to me. Everything rests upon me as pearls are strung on a thread. So see, Krishna is the one that is keeping everything working in this world. So he's saying there's nobody equal to him or nobody above him. He's the Supreme Lord. So if we get this knowledge from Bhagavad Gita, that is the manual for life, then why do we have to make guesses? Krishna is the Supreme Lord, right? Bhagavad Gita, there is nothing in the Bhagavad Gita that has never been proved false. So then why do we have to worry? We can just get it right here. Krishna is saying that he is the source of everything, all the material and spiritual worlds. There is no doubt that everything came from Krishna based on our mother, the scriptures, right? So we know that. And then we also know that Krishna is Supreme Lord based on these aspects of Bhagavan. So if you take any book, any scriptures, Krishna is always referred to as. Yeah, wait, hold on one sec. Krishna is referred to as Bhagavan because everybody else, if you take Shiva Puran or anything, it will be written Rudra Uvacha, that means Lord Shiva is speaking. Uvacha means speaking. Dhritarashtra Uvacha, Dhritarashtra is speaking. But if you take any book where Krishna is speaking, it's what does it say? What does it say?
The Dhritarashtra spoke in only one shloka.
Yes, very nice point, Tairaji. So my point is, when all of those speak, their name is said or something like that. But when Krishna speaks, what is mentioned in Bhagavad Gita or any scriptures for that matter? It doesn't say Krishna Uvacha. What does it say? Shri Bhagavan Uvacha. So why?
So the Bhagavad Gita said.
So every scripture, Bhagavatam or Bhagavad Gita, if you take, everybody else is mentioned with their name, but only Krishna is mentioned as Bhagavan. And what is Bhagavan?
Krishna.
Bhagavan means Supreme Lord. He's the source of everything and he has all six opulence.
So he is talking?
No, Bhagavan Uvacha, because Sanjaya is talking to Dhritarashtra, right, telling what is happening. So Lord Krishna said, so it's not said Krishna Uvacha. So Krishna is not like just another character. He is the Supreme Lord. It's mentioned clearly in the scriptures. So the point here is, what is the definition of Bhagavan? Bhagavan is a person who has all these six opulences. What is opulence? Anything attractive. So Shreya and Srihari are talking to us from a TV. I see them from inside a TV. So, okay. Ayana is trying to change the background here. But so what are the six opulences? Anybody can say? You can look and say from the screen.
Yes, Prabhuji. Prabhuji, first is Aishwarya, second is Yash, Janana, Virya, Shriya, and Vairagya.
And Jnana, yeah. Right. So what that means is wealth. So Krishna has so much wealth. Any wealth you see in this world is actually Krishna's because he's the creator, right? And Krishna is very strong. Remember how a weightlifter has to lift something? He'll be he'll keep for a few seconds and then throw the weight down because he can't hold it. But Krishna held the Govardhan hill for 7 days and 7 nights, right? So he's the strongest, right? And then Krishna has the most beauty. So if you take humans, so somebody is very, very beautiful and everybody is attracted to that person, but are animals attracted to that person that way? But Krishna's beauty is so perfect that anybody who sees the Lord, they are attracted to the Lord. And actually, when Krishna is playing the flute, even Mother Yamuna, she stops. The water stops just to see the Lord and listen to the Lord. And and the course of the river also changes because Krishna is right there, and they want.
So Mother Ganga will want to see Krishna too, right?
Yeah, but this is in Vrindavan where Yamuna river is flowing. When Krishna is there, she kind of even changes her course. To change the course of a river, the people have to work for months, years to put rocks and put dynamite and break. But Mother herself will change her course just to have a glimpse of the Lord. So how beautiful the Lord is. And then who knows past, present, and future? What you ate like 10 years back?
Prabhuji is the Supreme Lord.
Yeah. So
No.
so the Lord knows past, present, and future of not only himself but everybody also.
But everybody knows the present.
Yeah, present only this second you know, but can you say in the last second how many last minute how many breaths you took, or what was happening on the dust particle right in front of you? Nobody knows what is happening even in the present.
If you're not paying attention to
Yeah, so you have to pay attention on one thing. You might know a little bit of the truth, but you don't have knowledge of everything, right? And who knows, if you take a doctor, a doctor might be if he's ophthalmologist, he knows about the eye, right? But does he know about the heart? Can he do a heart surgery? No, he won't do a heart surgery. He won't do a brain surgery. That a neurosurgeon should be there. Or can he play cricket like a great player like Sachin Tendulkar? No. But then Krishna is a person who knows everything about everything. So he is perfect knowledge on everything. That's the kind of knowledge the Lord has. And then there is fame. The Lord is famous all across the world. When he does something, like he ran away from the battle. So everybody in a regular person running away from the battle, people be like, oh, he is a coward. But then Krishna is worshipped for running away from the battle because he was doing a pastime, right? He's called Ranchod Roy. Ranchod Roy. Yeah, because he wanted to give mukti to Mujukunta. So he ran away from the battle for Jarasandha. So my point is, the Lord is very famous to the nth degree. And now you might say only Krishna is known only in India. So that's only at this point of time that only very secretly.
We are living in the US and we know.
And few, so very fortunate people know. But then Krishna is not, this is not the only planet. There are many planets, and Krishna's incarnations in the form of Jesus and Allah and all of that. Krishna is famous all across the world, right? And then there is Vairagya. Vairagya is renunciation, right? So can anybody say how Krishna is not proud of being all this great beauty, great knowledge? So if we had all the riches in the world, all the beauty in the world, all the knowledge in the world, we'd be very proud of ourselves, right? But Krishna is not. Krishna is, even though he has everything, he wants to just be a driver. He wants to be driver of his devotee. he is riding the chariot of Arjuna. And Arjuna, to make the horse go in a certain direction, he's kicking Krishna because there is no time to tell Krishna turn right, Krishna turn left. So Arjuna has to click his leg on the left of Krishna's spine to say, oh, Krishna turn left. So who would be like a multi-millionaire? Would he ever take one of his employees and say, oh, today, please, why don't you ride in the back? Let me drive this car and you can tell me. They won't do that. So Krishna is very humble and very renounced, even though he is the Supreme Lord. And even after he said Bhagavad Gita, he explained everything to Arjuna. He didn't say, oh, Arjuna, now follow what I do. He said, now I've told you everything. Now you may do what you please. So just like that.
Wearing sunglasses.
Yeah. Okay. So Krishna is very, very high in renunciation also. So these are the 6 opulences of the Lord. Okay. And then he's a supreme proprietor, controller, enjoyer, and well-wisher of everyone. And we get all this knowledge from Bhagavad Gita. It's not like we are just speculating and doing guesswork here. And then, so some people may say, right? So we have, like in India, we have different sampradayas, right? So there's one sampradaya called Mayavada Sampradaya, who believes that there is no God in the form of a form. There is only energy. Everything is energy. So that is one understanding of the Lord, but it is not the complete understanding of the Lord is what we need to understand. So some people might say Krishna is light. So actually that is true too. So how can we say Krishna has a form, right? You see the beautiful form on the left. He has a beauty of a 16-year-old boy who's the most beautiful. He has such beautiful eyes and hair and all these features, right? But then there are another school of thought will say, the Advaita school of thought will say, no, there is no form. Lord doesn't have a form. He's just energy. You just have to meditate on Om. There is no form. There's no beauty and form and features you need to meditate on. So they believe that only there is energy. And so what we say is Krishna is both. He has form and he's formless also at the same time. So how can we understand that? How can we understand that somebody has a form and he's formless at the same time?
Somebody has a form.
So one example is the sun. Okay. So Ayana was sleeping today. I said,
What?
Ayana, the sun is out. Get up, get up. So did Ayana have to go to the window and see the sun to know that the sun was up? No, she just opened her eyes and saw all the beams of light in the room, and she understood, oh, it's actually 8 a.m. I have to wake up. The sun is out. She didn't have to go see the form of the sun. She could understand the sun is out based on the energy or the rays of the sun, right? Right? Mm-hmm. So is the rays of the sun God, or the whole the sun, the globe that we see outside when we look at the sun God? It's actually both, right? So the energy is coming from the sun. So that's how we can understand that the sunshine is the energy or the Brahma Jyoti that Brahma Jyoti that Mayavada say that, hey, the Lord has no form, it's just energy. So everybody must have heard that theory, right? So actually both are parts of Krishna. Actually, there are 3 ways of understanding Lord. It's called Brahman, Paramatma, and Bhagavan. So Bhagavan is what we worship, right, as Krishna. Paramatma is the super soul present in our heart. And then Brahman is the energy of the Lord. Okay. So these are the 3 aspects or 3 realization of the absolute truth. Okay. So anybody asks you that what are the three aspects of the absolute truth or three realization, how can you realize God? Then you can say there is Brahman realization, there is Paramatma realization, and there's Bhagavan realization. And Paramatma realization has Brahman and Paramatma. And Bhagavan realization.
Prabhuji, can you please repeat this or re-explain this topic? I didn't understand this topic. Brahman, Paramatma, and Bhagavan.
Yes, sure. So I'll take the example of the sun. Okay, again. So the sun globe, so the sun rays, okay? The sun rays is like Brahman, okay? There is only one sun, and when you see the sun rays, your room lights up with the rays. That is understanding God as the energy of the Lord. The photons and the light particles coming into the room, we say that is Brahman realization. So by seeing the energy of the Lord, we understand God. And some people just want to stay there. They only want to say God is energy. That is Brahman realization, okay? And Paramatma realization, one way to understand is if you take 10 pots of water and put it on the ground, and then the sun is shining up there, and then you look at one pot, there is the sun in that pot. In the second pot, you look, there is sun there. So it is just that the Lord expands himself in all the pots that there is, right? So similarly, the Lord is present in our heart, in Ayana's heart, in my heart, in your heart. So he's present in Goloka Vrindavan, but he's also present in each person's heart, and he has a unique relationship with each of us. So that is the localized nature of God. That's the Paramatma, all right? And Bhagavan is the full understanding of the Lord, and who we call Krishna, what are his features, how beautiful is he, how beautiful, what are the marks on his foot, what does he play. It's just like another example Acharya say is like a train, okay? So one person explains a train as the siren that's coming.
Like
So
the phone to do the commute.
I don't know, downstairs probably, maybe in the shower. So yeah, so we are running out of time. Sorry, this went a lot. And do you understand, Ishwarji? So another quick example is about a train.
I understood, Prabhuji. I understood.
Yeah, so by the energy of the train that's coming from far distance, by hearing the sound and the whistle of the train, you know the train is coming. That is one understanding of the train. And then you see that the train is coming from a distance, then you know that's the train. Then when the train actually reaches the station, you see how many bogies are there, how many people are coming out. You see more aspects of the train. So the complete understanding of the Lord is the Bhagavan understanding of the Lord. So these are some charts here. We don't have time to go through all that, and that's maybe a little detailed and for this class. So we already discussed these points about Krishna and the demigods, who's the source of demigods, who's giving power to the demigods to do their service. Like Indra is giving us rain and taking care of. So the water god Varuna is taking off the oceans and all that. So who is giving them power to do all that? So that's all coming from Krishna. And this is just a chart that shows that demigods are many, God is one. So one takeaway from this class is, if someone asks you, are there many gods or one God? You should always say there is only one God. And this is a misconception in Sanatana Dharma. We say we are multi-theistic religion. There are many gods. Actually, there are many devatas, but there's only one Supreme Lord, Krishna. Okay. And another important aspect is each of the demigods, it is a position. Like the person who is Indra right now in the 7th Manvantara is going on is a person called Purandar. He's Indra. Just like the Prime Minister is a position, right? Currently, Narendra Modi is the Prime Minister. Before that, Manmohan Singh is the Prime Minister. In the US, the president is Joe Biden now. Earlier, it was Donald Trump. So each Devata, like Indra, is only a position, and Purandar is the current Indra. And actually, in the next Manvantra, you know, Bali Maharaj, who is in Sutala Loka, he'll become Indra next Manvantra. So, what an important understanding is all these are positions. Just like Prime Minister is a position, like Indra is also a position. These are temporary posts. But Krishna is permanent. He's the permanent Supreme Lord. So then this is the aspect of worshipping demigods or Krishna, which is better. We already saw the points. Yes. So we'll this actually ends our class today, but this is not to say that we should disrespect any of the demigods. We should respect them, because if you say Ganesh is bad or Lord Shiva is bad, that is an offense. We shouldn't be doing that. We just because Narendra Modi is the Prime Minister of India, we won't go say bad things about a chief minister of a state, right? Because we should respect that person also, okay? Because he's part of the government. So just like that, we should not disrespect any demigod. We should just understand that Supreme Lord is Krishna, and all the demigods get their energy from Krishna. Okay. So with that, we'll conclude the class and go to
Don't tell everyone the answers.
Oh, did I say test this Kahoot? Sorry.
www.kahoot.it. Oh, this is the different.
Play now.
Oh yeah.
Oh.
To turn off the video.
Prabhuji, what is the game pin?
Video.
Yeah, game pin is coming up.
Turn off the video.
Yes, it is 637-0686.
Turn off the video. 6370686.
Oh, there are two Arjuns today. Ishwarji has come. Tairaji.
37 0686. Yeah, I think that's it. Yay! I hope this one works. I want the flower.
So we didn't have so many participants today, but I really appreciate all of you coming and giving your association.
Yay! I'm loaded.
Prabhuji, actually, there are just 8
I have to
participants.
turn off the video.
Yeah.
Prabhuji,
Can you wait for a minute?
there are just 8
Yes.
participants today.
Yes. So 637-0686. Okay. Everybody in the US has summer holidays and all have started. Some have exams, so everybody is not able to join.
Yeah, probably some kids are on vacation. Like me.
Okay, Taraji is on.
Yay, Tara! I am new.
Tarunji is on. Very good. Can we start? Meenakshi ji said to wait, so we are waiting.
Yes, Prabhuji, can you wait for a minute?
Yes. You're very important, Meenakshi ji, so please join.
Today all the participants are in this quiz.
Yeah. Only Meenakshi ji has told us to wait for a sec. So Taira ji has a nice flower, and Ayana has a two flowers. Taraji is always smiling and happy. See, devotees are always happy because they're going to the right source for happiness. They have Krishna with them, they will be very happy. Just like some people, they want money, right? So they go pray to Mother Lakshmi, okay? But they don't pray to Krishna or Vishnu. They just want to pray to Lakshmi. But then where would the wife go? Where the husband is, right?
Yeah.
So whoever prays to Krishna, Mother Lakshmi will already come and be with them.
I think some network issue with Meenakshi.
So where is Meenakshi ji?
Prabhuji, I think she is having network issue.
No, Prabhuji, can you tell the game pin?
Yeah, it's 637-0686.
370686.
Yeah.
63706.
Okay.
Wait, let her put in the name.
Yes. So similarly, so if we just want money or if we are just looking for that, then we are no better than Ravan, right? Who took away Mother Sita but didn't want to have Ram with him. So that's why we should pray to the Lord Krishna, and then everybody will be on your side.
Meenakshi, is it connected or not?
Yeah. Okay, Meenakshi ji is finally in. I'm starting the quiz. Sorry, we are running late. So one God or many gods, and who is God is the topic for today. Okay, oh, sorry.
Okay.
Oh,
Meenakshi, is it connected or not?
everyone has faith in someone or something. Meenakshi ji is finally in. I'm starting the quiz. Sorry, we are running late. Okay, everyone has faith in someone or something, right? Even atheists have faith in faithlessness. That's what we discussed, right? So they all believe in something. So that's the right answer. Good job.
Believe in candy.
Okay, next question. Should we put faith in scriptures such as Bhagavad Gita and Srimad Bhagavatam? No, yes.
No is always red. Yes is always green, but yes is sometimes blue.
Those are easy questions, so we are going fast. Okay. Is it easier to learn who is God from scriptures rather than finding out ourselves? It is easier. Is it easier? Because if we have to find our Father by testing all the males in the world, it will take years, right?
Years and years of knowledge.
Okay, Krishna is the source of everything and everyone. False, true.
I keep on being the first one to answer.
Yes. Okay.
I am happy.
I'm
Great job.
happy as the highest ancestry. Very good.
Prabhuji, who is I'm happy?
I don't know.
Krishna is referred to as Bhagavan because he has all 6 opulence by infinite amount. He's blackish blue complexion. He plays the flute well. All of the above. Yeah.
Yay!
So we said he is Bhagavan based on the definition of Bhagavan is he has infinite amount of knowledge, fame, renunciation, beauty, strength.
This was kind of hard
Well.
because when I saw he has a blackish blue complexion, I was very suspicious.
Right. Okay.
Good job, Tara.
This is an opulence of Krishna. Beauty, strength, knowledge, all of the above.
Everybody should know this answer.
You haven't answered yet.
What? I thought I clicked
got to wait for the other screen.
I'm
Okay. Ishwarji is on fire. And then I am happy. Ayana, Taraji, Arjun, Ji, well, all doing very well.
Arjuna.
Krishna has a form and is formless at the same time.
I'm the first one to answer on this one.
True or false?
7 answers.
Yes,
only.
everybody got this. Yay! When everybody gets it, I'm so happy because this is an important aspect. Is a Lord personal or impersonal? He's both actually. Okay.
Both.
Yeah. Very good. Some. Okay. There are 3 realizations of the true or false. And what are they? Brahman, Paramatma, and Bhagavan. Okay.
Brahman, Paramatma, and Bhagavan.
Yes, very good. It's probably covered in the next question. Which is the realization of the God? Brahman, formless, impersonal, form, person, Bhagavan, super soul, Paramatma, localized, all of the above.
I don't know if I got this right. I don't know.
Yeah, it's actually all of the above, right?
Oh,
Because
okay.
3 realizations are of Supreme Lord.
Yay, Ishwar!
Okay, Ishwarji, Ayanaji, I am happy, Tara, and Arjun. Okay, worshipping Krishna is like watering the dash of a plant. Branches, leaves, flowers, none of the above. This time I wanted to make none of the above the answer.
Yay!
Okay. Because we said
Prabhuji, the actual answer is root. Root. We
Correct.
should be
Right.
pouring water
We should-
on the root.
yes. Then all the leaves, flowers, branches will all get it. So similarly,
Yes, absolutely.
you have to go worship each demigod, each
You
330
can just
crores.
worship Krishna and all the demigods, all 3,000.
Prabhuji, by mistake, I just clicked on.
Oh, that's okay, Tairaji. It's about knowing, right? Demigod, Devata worship helps us get what we need, not what we want. True or false? Actually, so demigod worship helps us get what we want, not what we need. So it is compared to let's just say that your uncle comes to visit you, okay, and you tell your uncle that I want ice cream, and uncle will immediately buy you an ice cream. But your parents wouldn't do that because you have a toothache or you have a cold, because they know everything about you and they know what you need, right? Krishna knows what you need, but your uncle is like the demigod who just gives you what you want, but that will cause more problems in the long run.
Wait, so demigods cause problems?
No, they give you what you want, but you don't really know what you need. You just ask for something, like a kid saying, I want to touch the fire, I want to touch the fire, right? So only if you have
Prabhuji,
I
please,
know what I need.
Prabhuji, please wait. I want to go to the washroom.
Oh, okay. Last question. Sorry, Tairaji. Last question. We can respect, pray to the demigods or devatas to help us in our worship of Krishna.
Prabhuji, actually, Tairaji asked you to wait.
Oh, sorry. I thought she wanted to finish the quiz. So we can respect and pray to any demigod, knowing that they are a devata and they're not the Supreme Lord, and in relationship with Krishna. Okay, let's see who won. Third place goes to Arjun. Arjunji, congratulations. And second place goes to Taraji. Hari Bol. And first place goes to Ishwarji. And guess what? It is Ishwarji's birthday.
Oh yeah,
Let's
actually.
sing happy birthday to
yeah.
Ishwar. He became first also. See?
Happy birthday to you.
Hare Krishna to you. Hare Krishna
Thank
to
you,
you.
Prabhuji. Thank you so much.
Happy birthday.
Ishwarji.
Thank you, everyone. Thank
Hare
you.
Krishna bless you and everyone on the call. Thank you so much for joining again.
Thank you so much,
Again
Prabhuji.
next
Thank
week.
you so much.
Thank you.
And if you want to see your score, you can check.
And if
Happy
anybody
birthday.
wants to start drawing, I will enable it because last time I didn't allow that. I
Bye,
had
Prabhuji.
very angry at me. So
Well, I wasn't very angry at you. I was just a bit sad.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna,
Hare Krishna.
Ishwarji. Have a great
Hare
birthday.
Krishna, Prabhuji. It was a
Hare
wonderful
Krishna.
class.
Thank you so much for joining and giving your association. What are you doing?
Wait, I'm just trying to.
I'm on the animation.
Oh, let me turn on annotation. Annotation. Enable annotation. So now you can draw.
Yay! I want to start.
So let's see who all answered all the questions. Okay, Nitinji is drawing N. Okay, well played, everyone. Okay, players. Okay, nice flower, Nitinji.
I got 83%.
And Taraji,
Not my.
home. Looks like she's drawing home. Very good.
Let me start. Let's see. Annotate. See, I want it to be kind of thick. But I also want it to be that. That. And then I want it to be pink. Let's see how it's done. Yay!
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna.
Okay, let's get a new.
Hare Hare, Hare Rama.
Let's see. Next.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, I can leave.
Yes. Class is over. This is just for kids to practice their annotations and draw what they want.
Thank you for the heart.
Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Prabhuji, please clear the screen.
Oh,
I
yeah.
will write something.
Yeah.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna,
Okay. Last drawing.
Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, dear devotees. Thank you for the Om Taraji. Very nice. Hare Krishna. Hare
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Nice Om drawing. Okay. Let's meet next week. We are taking hour and a half now because we are doing half hour of recap. Otherwise, we would have finished in time. Thank you for your patience. Ayana, you wanted to
Okay. Okay. We're gonna have to stop the drawings.
stop share.
Okay. I'll stop the share.
Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Samaveda Bhakta Vrinda ki jai.
Jai.
Pascha Kripa Sindhu Pyevacha Bhaktanam Bhavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha. Hari Bol.
Hari
Bye, everyone.
Bye bye, Hannah.